you were teleported by Delphin himself. You know, that purple cloud of smoke engulfed you, and voila, this is where you're at. And ahead of you, all of you can see a bunch of weathered gray stone crypts. Some you can't see in. There's a couple that you can actually see into because they've just been destroyed and they're overgrown with weeds. There's weeds growing all over them, vines. There's all kinds of pools of water, but this is the Ambergul estate. There's 2 rows of these crypts, and they actually are very organized, but like I said, they're in various states of decay. And in the middle of all of this, you see that there is a beautiful marble statue of a winged angel that is standing in line in the middle of these crypts. And the hands of this winged angel are pointing up to the very cloudy, overcast skies above you, which is late at night. So, Delphin, remember, Delphin told you that he believed a mansion once stood here. And it was, it's no longer gone, but you can see some of the blocks where the floor used to be and some of the walls and whatnot, just kind of sticking up to the south. So what say you, adventurers? All of these nice crypts in front of you.
Question.
Answer.
Is the general face of the angel pointing towards the Lafard Mountains?
No, just kind of pointing up to the sky with her hand, sort of like Willem Dafoe.
Is she like facing that way?
No, not like the statue that was out in the marsh. No, but no, she's sort of like Willem Dafoe, just kind of hands up in the air, not on her knees though, but you know what I mean. Looking up at the sky, bullet holes all over.
Probably about as weathered. That was a joke. Okay, I'm sorry.
So do you see anybody moving or anything out here?
You see nothing, but I'll tell you what. If you want to give me a investigation check, what are you doing as you're kind of glancing around?
I am. Dan is still looking to see if we see anybody out here because Anya told us that her baby daddy was out here. Yeah, Rossman was out here with some bad characters. So I was just seeing if we could see anybody out tomb robbing.
Why don't you give me an investigation check as you're kind of glancing around and there's like a light mist coming up off of the ground, off of the earth. It's starting to cool down as well, especially now that it's been hot for a couple of days as you guys have been R&Ring over in Daggerford. But your roll yields you nothing. You just you're looking around, you don't see any footprints, you don't see any of the shrubs kind of disturbed or anything like that. Maybe Hassan has not gotten here yet, Len.
Okay. So I'll turn to the party and say, hey, should we investigate?
Well, that is why we're here, so I say that's a good idea.
You want me to go on top of one of the crypts and see if I see anything from there?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Looks like this one in front of us is pretty much in ruin. Maybe that one off to the right of us there.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Good job. Thanks, Dora, for the follow. You.
I got your back.
Yeah, you better.
Just make sure you stay in one of the corners of the squares because of each square is 10 foot, and I couldn't get this thing to line up. I wouldn't be able to save my own life. All right. So you're going to scamper up on the top of this mausoleum or crypt, and give me an acrobatics check really quick. Just don't roll a 1. I mean, this is something pretty basic, especially for.
Well, I have a +6 acrobatics.
Yeah. All right. So you're able to successfully get up there. And what are you trying to ascertain while you're up there, Rain?
Seeing if I see any person in the general vicinity that I can see with my pretty cat eyes. If there's any movement, if it looks like something's been recently moved.
I believe we have a couple of blind people too because of no dark vision, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Ander. Yeah. You have it though, don't you, Tabaxi? You have dark vision, Tabaxi.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's Zero and Ander. And I think Breeze may not have dark vision either now. So yeah, you guys go ahead and light a torch. And it's 20 by basically 20 and 20. It'll be 20 bright, 20 dim after that. And give me a perception check as you're, well, actually an investigation check as you're kind of looking around, Rain. And this roof is very unstable. Yeah, you look around, and with the darkness and with your dark vision, you don't see anything. But you're starting to kind of wobble a little bit up here. You know, a couple of your feet have. Yeah, your feet have kind of knocked a couple of the tiles that are kind of shingled, and it's getting dangerous up there. Thanks, Danger, for the follow. So what else is everybody doing? Breeze is just on auto follow. Breeze is just right clicked on Ander and hit the follow button.
Yeah. Well, I've forego the torch, and I'm going to cast light on my mace again.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, very low rolls today.
Too. I'm going to cast a dagger.
We've got a couple of perks came in. So if anybody rolls a 1, there's a Yank It Real Good, Compliments of West. There's an optional one that I may do later. There's a Do It To Me One More Time, which Banach. And then I believe that will go to Rain. So you can re-roll anything that you want to. And then there's a crit of This Monster Loves You Too. So you bought a good one and a bad one. So
Thanks,
all right, everybody. Yeah.
All right, so Rain, what do you see?
I got nothing.
Jack shit. That's what I was waiting for to say.
All right, do a backflip off that. Just kidding. Come on down.
I probably could.
Well, come on down. We'll. Do we see any tracks, like any, either made by horses or, humanoids or?
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check if you want to, Ander. You had seen Lynn looking around too. But there are a bunch of these crypts. There's, almost a dozen of them. And then, where there's also beside the statue, the back row, there's, just where there used to be these crypts, but they're no longer there. And in that huge statue. So, yeah, actually, I'll tell you this, Ander. And this is when Lynn was kind of poking around too. And Lynn overlooked a couple of tracks, but you could see that there's no rhyme or reason to these. They're not they're not going in any direction. But yeah, there's some humanoid-sized footprints. Normal humanoids, sort of like elves, humans, maybe half-orcs or something like that.
All right. So I'm going to relay that to the group. I see, different tracks here, mostly.
Yeah, there's a couple different pairs. You could definitely ascertain that.
Does it look like any are leading maybe into any of these crypts, or?
No, they're just kind of scattered, kind of going every which way. But they're all in the area of the crypts, though.
I say we look in one of the crypts.
Yeah, you guys can see the walls of all of the crypts.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to this ruined one and just kind of check inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's, as you go up to this crypt, and all of these crypts are pretty much, they're all the same. They're all 20 by 20. And the walls of this crypt have been basically destroyed over time. This has probably already been looted. It's been vandalized. Just basically on the eastern wall, there's just a door. But all of the walls are basically destroyed. And there's just a bunch of rubble, bunch of sand. Not much in this.
All right, so I'm going to step back out and.
But a lot of the other crypts, they've got these stone doors.
All right, so y'all want to check out this one in front of us here?
Yeah, it's like I was saying, they're all made out of like a marbleized gray stone, and they're all 20 by 20. They're about 12 feet high. They've got these sort of like clay shingle tiled roofs, but most of them they're all in bad shape anyway. So, but they there's a marble floor slab that you could tell with the rune one that you had just walked into, Ander. But the doors they just have a metal handle there. Doesn't look like they have any kind of keyhole or anything like that.
All right, so I'm going to ask Breeze to check out this door to this crypt here that we're all gathered around.
All right. All right, so Breeze pulls the door. He looks it over and slowly pulls the door open, and they pull out, by the way. And it's another 20 by 20. Like I said, marbleized floor. You look inside, you can see that the walls of this crypt are lined with all kinds of niches and stuff. And some of the niches are taller, some are shorter, some are wider. And there's all kinds of these little dolls, real dusty in here. But it looks like it survived the test of time. But you can see some things have been smashed and broken and thrown on the floor and stuff. But a lot of these little statuettes are made of like these angels that are, kneeling. Some are singing, some are blowing bugles. And then there's some dancing devil dolls in there and stuff. But there's a lot of white marble urns too, and there's a bunch of names on these that are basically stamped on like a bronze plaque on the urn, and a lot of the names are, you can see that some of them are servants, some of them say Ambergul, like distant cousins and relatives and stuff like that. But there's about 20 to 24 different urns that are in these smaller niches. A lot of women, men, children, servants, stuff like that.
So can I search through the niches and see if there's anything worthwhile in there? Interesting.
Yeah, there's four angel statues and 4 devil statues, and when you start to pick them up, they basically just kind of crumble in your hands. Now, when you're in here, why don't you give me an investigation check also while you're looking at these little angels and demons and stuff. All right.
Do they look like the angel that's outside the statue out there?
Yeah, it does resemble that just a little bit. And then it also kind of resembles the carvings of the angels that are also in the walls, which are, the intact mausoleums will have some carvings of angels and stuff like that. All right, so I will allow you to go there. Allow you to go there.
So I kind of peek my head in the door, and I say, "Hey, Lynn, let Breeze check for some traps or secret path, anything like that, secret treasure, anything."
What? So she can take it?
Well, you're in there with her.
Oh yeah.
Now you can keep a better eye on Breeze now, huh?
That goes without being said, right?
Right.
So all these angel statues just crumble?
Yeah, they pretty much do, yeah. But they're lining all of the walls. I mean, there's a couple on that wall. There's a couple on the very far south wall. There's a couple of angels on each wall. And like I said, these niches, they're all different types of sizes. And then the smaller niches, they have these these canopic clay jars with the brass and bronze tags on them that have quite a few distant relatives of the Ambergul family. Okay. Seems like when an Ambergul died, wherever they died, it seems like their body was basically, or their remains were shipped here to the estate. I guess it would kind of make sense,
I'll turn out and say I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Probably still best to let Breeze check it out.
All right.
Yeah, Breeze is gonna walk around. Comes over to the middle. He's looking. He comes down here to the south wall, and Breeze starts to look around, and then Breeze kind of stops, and then he's like, okay, and then he steps over here into the corner, and all of a sudden you hear a click, and where he stepped on a pressure plate, because the pressure plate actually broke as well. The marble, it was like a plaster that was disguised as marble. And then all of a sudden, gas starts to fill up the chamber. So I am going to let you do a dexterity saving throw, Lynn, because this basically shot gas out of tons of holes. Wow, you guys are rolling so low tonight. So we're going to take a little bit of damage. You need to give me a Constitution saving throw for me, because you were kind of now that's a damn good roll. Now that's definitely a good roll. So that's a 20.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's nice. So I'm going to do a Constitution saving throw for Breeze also.
Breeze, get out of there.
And Breeze, I think Breeze made it as well. So you're going to take a little bit of damage, which is going to be... welcome to the higher levels, guys. You're going to take 8 poison damage. As you make it, as both you and Breeze make it out of this mausoleum, you're retching, though, because of the poison has basically taken your breath. So I'll give you 8 damage there, Lynn.
Thank you.
Great job on finding that trap, Breeze.
Man, we keep rolling like ones and twos.
Trouble.
I mean, it's crazy. All right, so it looks like that mausoleum's been cleared out.
Shut the door on that one.
Next time you go in, Ender, you watch Breeze.
So we're going to go to the next one?
Unless you got any other good ideas.
Well, I'd like to take a look at the statue down here.
Yeah. Explore around. You guys have plenty of options. You guys have plenty of options.
All right, Dave, I'm going to check this statue out.
Sure thing. It's about a 10-foot tall, beautiful marble statue with the angel that's raising her, hands up to the air towards the clouds. There's all kinds of, water stains and whatnot, probably because of the bad weather that's been hitting this region for years and years and years. But then as you kind of look a little bit closer, it looks like there on her face, there's like dried tears of blood that were streaming down her face. But the statue's also on a raised granite dais that's actually embedded into the bog itself. And then in the base of the statue, in common, it says, "Let the sins that haunt us in life be forgotten in death." Thanks, Snarl and Hurok, for the follows. Because remember, you've been told by Delphin that the Amberguls were a pretty shady family. X, thank you for the follow also. Yeah, they did a lot of shady stuff. They were basically crypt robbers. And now look, you guys are robbing their crypts. Pretty funny.
No, we're chasing the robbers.
But it's actually a really remarkable statue. The detail on the statue is magnificent. They probably paid a lot of money to have this angel made.
I'm going to sit on the ground and just stare into the space where the angel's pointing.
Are the tears, are they like paint? Are they like human blood, divine?
Probably painted.
Okay.
Because it kind of runs past, where the tears are running down the face. So it's kind of, got another run under the neck down to where the chest area of the angel is. But that's what the statue looks like.
Anything, Zero? Feel anything?
Well, is there like... I'm going to check it out, see if there's like any knobs, buttons, anything special mechanical about this statue.
You give it a good once over and give me an investigation check. Oh, you don't see anything. You're like, oh man, another 3. These guys are rolling horrible tonight.
Crypt.
Definitely rolling horrible tonight.
Which one? Take your pick.
This one here beside it.
It starts to lightly rain. Like a very, very, very light mist.
Nothing good happens in the rain.
Nothing happens. Yeah, there's some good stuff that happens in the rain. Thunder, lightning, hell yeah. Guess it doesn't really have
to our party.
Thunder, lightning. Thanks, Joker, for the follow.
So I make a hand signal to Breeze to check the door.
Like it. Military style? Wow. I like it. Hold, adventurers. Another 20 by 20 crypt. This is one of the better, the more intact crypts, or mausoleums. Breeze takes a look at it, says it looks good.
That's what you said the last time.
Yeah. And he opens it up. Another 20 by 20 foot mausoleum. Now, in this crypt, there is a 2 foot tall slab of granite that's pretty much sitting in the middle of the crypt. And there's no sarcophagus that's on this. So whatever was there, that coffin or sarcophagus has been taken off, because there is a ton of dust as you start to look in, and you're putting the torch inside and whatnot. But it definitely looks like that slab was to hold up a coffin or sarcophagus on it. Thanks, Nat, for the follow.
All right, so I'm gonna go in with Breeze this time.
Okay. Yeah, and when you guys go in, same thing as the other mausoleum. There are a ton of these niches, all different shapes and sizes. Small, skinny, fat, long, wide. And there's another couple dozen urns that are in these niches as well. Same thing. These are basically this is a crypt of servants. And it looks like when the servants died, his or her body were, actually, and then when you start looking, you can start to find some tools and whatnot. And it looks like this slab probably didn't house any kind of, as you're now looking around, because at first you were like, probably a slab for a sarcophagus or something. But no. Now, as you're looking around, you find all these tools and stuff. So this is actually not only a crypt, but this is where their bodies were basically taken care of and put into the urns.
All right, so I motion to Breeze to look around.
Or Carciphagus, right, Murdoch? Like Big Dirt used to say. Yeah, you look through all these and nothing. Just a bunch of old rusty tools, and as you pick up with the wooden handles, the wood just basically is so brittle it just falls apart. Bunch of junk in this one, too. Is there anything good in these crypts, everyone? I don't know. Let's see.
All right.
You still got, looks like you guys still have quite a few more.
Yeah, so I back out and let them know that, there's a stone slab in the middle, and other than that, we don't see anything. Let's move on.
So remind me, what was the wand? I'm asking the party. What was the wand that the wizard gave to us?
Wand of Secret Doors. Somebody's got the wand on their character sheet. Can't remember who I gave it to. But it has X amount of charges. And remember, Delphin told you, oh, my friends, this wand, as you use the final charge, it would disappear and teleport back to Daddy at the tower. I swear I didn't have sexual relations with that lady. I swear. She's a she-devil. That Monica Lewinsky. There's another ruined crypt over here to the right of where you guys are at. You guys kind of glanced over. Same thing as the other one. Yep, that's the one then.
I'll go into it and look around in it.
Yeah, same thing. Look around. A bunch of broken pottery, a bunch of bronze little name plaques that are on the ground. Lots of now that sort of like a light mud that's in there from the drizzle coming down.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. All right.
I kick some of the pots while I'm walking around.
All right, you guys are at another nicely preserved crypt. Breeze takes a look at the door. He looks it up and down, rolls a 4, another great roll. He opens the door. Nothing happens. As it looks like it's as Breeze walks inside. There's another, looks like this is probably going to be another one of these servant crypts. Has a bunch of urns and, some of them are broken though. Looks like somebody has already kind of, gone through this. And why don't you give me a perception check, Ander, as you're in here? And
okay.
There's this marble slab that's in the middle, bunch of tools and whatnot. Looks like a bunch of the servants were taken care of in here. Now, I will say this. And as you're looking around inside, you notice that there are some footprints that kind of move around. No rhyme or reason. It just looks like someone has been in here recently because it's disturbed the dust on the floor. And now that you guys are tracking mud inside of here, you know?
Yeah, alright. See these footsteps, Breeze?
Yeah, I see him.
Let's,
that sounds nothing like Breeze. I know it doesn't, but... Okay, here's Breeze for the night. Okay. What do you think,
Terrible woman voice.
Or I could do Hank Hill or something. I don't know. God damn it, Bobby.
Lady.
She's a lady.
So maybe this crypt has already been robbed, so to speak.
Yeah, it looks like someone was definitely pilfering around in here, Ander.
See anything? Breeze?
I don't see anything. I just blew a booger on my mic filter. Thank goodness I've got that pop filter. It's going to be the booger catcher.
Alright. Go back out.
Back that thing up. Bree says, shall we check the next crypt, seeing that we've checked just about all of them on the east side of the estate?
Yeah, let's check it.
All right. Breeze checks. Breeze actually feels really confident that there's nothing trapped on this door as he opens up the mausoleum door. Stone grinding, stone on stone. Pulls the door out, and something different about this crypt. The walls of this crypt have none of those niches. It is made of a solid stone. But as you look in, you guys can see that there's a bunch of dust and footprints. And it is a dry crypt. This thing doesn't leak or anything like that, so...
All right, did the footprints lead anywhere in particular?
Yeah, they're all kind of walking around, and it looks like a bunch of the footprints kind of come towards that direction. Like towards the southwestern corner of the mausoleum.
All right, I'll poke my head out and say, guys, I think we found something. Where's Rain?
I don't know. Wasn't she with you?
When did you go?
Last I saw her, she was at the statue. Is she still there?
She's still pawing at that damn statue.
She is. She's pawing it in the face like she was doing to...
Why don't y'all go get her?
Oh, she's staring up at space like cats stare up at the wall for no goddamn reason.
Oh, shoot.
Somebody go take a string. And bring her over here.
Get her some catnip or something, right? Or a spray bottle. The Tabaxi spray bottle. So yeah, it looks like a lot of the footprints are going towards that southwestern corner. So Breeze is down here and says, why don't you guys come down here and let's take a look around this place. Let's look at all the walls and whatnot. So why don't you give me an investigation, Lynn? We're rolling so shitty tonight. I want to get everybody over here to get a roll in, because more rolls are going to be better than no rolls. Oh, nice, Lynn. Yeah, both you and Breeze, you guys are able to see that there's a false panel on the ground, and you kind of poke at it and pry at it, and it's a very, very bad piece of rotted wood, and it kind of just almost breaks apart. But being quite careful with it, you can you can lift it up, and there's a trap door. A 5 by 5 foot trap door that goes down about 5 feet, like a crawl space. Watch out for the rusted hinges. Don't cut yourself. But it creaks as you guys pull this, pull this door back. It creaks a little bit. Creaks, and then it gets louder. But this small little case is, it's like a brick-lined crawl space. And then it goes down for about 20 feet or so. And then it ends up, you guys end up about right here. But you're underground. And as you're up here too, Len, I'm sure you probably came in. There is a hidden chamber that is about. Let me make a pointer. Well, unfortunately, I can't do a. Well, we'll just say this. It's where you're at, and it extends over another 20 feet. So it's like a 30 by 30 foot room, and then Breeze can come in, and now there you go, 30 feet long, and 20 feet to the south. So basically, just imagine there's a green line where you're at now.
Okay. What do we see in it?
Well, you guys kind of descend down about 20 feet, and it's a very damp, brick-lined chamber. Smells horrible. Smells like rotten cheese, basically. And inside of this chamber, there are 3 tall clay urns that's on the very far east wall. And there's another couple of these same size urns that have been tipped over and pretty much broken. And then there's all kinds of ashes that are on the eastern side of the chamber. And then you can also see that on that side of the crypt, there's like a bluish / whitish glowing, looks like fungus, because you can see little mushrooms and stuff kind of growing out of the bricks and whatnot. And it's on the walls, and you can actually, as you're in there, you can see that there's some of this fungus and stuff that's on the urns, the intact urns and also the broken ones.
Do I recognize what this fungus is?
Why don't you give me a nature check? Are you proficient with nature checks?
No.
Okay, then you can give me a wisdom check -2, because you're not proficient with nature. You're like, you have no clue what it is. You've never even seen this type of fungus. You've never seen these types of mushrooms before in your very short adventuring career, that is. And a 2. Man, these guys are rolling horrible tonight.
So you said 2 urns were still intact, right?
There are 3 intact urns, and then there are 2. And like I was saying, the urns are on this side of the wall, where that, those mushrooms are and all the other glowing fungus that's on the wall.
Right. So I want to take a look at the broken ones first and see if anything was looks like maybe taken from them, or what happened to them, if they just fell over from time or somebody knocked them over, if I could tell.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of scuff marks over here. As you get over here, Lynn, you can see handprints. Looks like human or elf hands, maybe dwarf. And all of a sudden, as you're breathing, it's like your nostrils and your throat starts to burn. So why don't you give me a Constitution saving throw, and don't forget you guys have inspiration as well. Okay, yeah, you're coughing and hacking, and this mucus is, your nose is starting to run, and you think it's going to be wise to get the hell out of this place. Oh, and plus, you had seen that there was a lot of scuffing where somebody was in here. But yeah, this stuff is burning you. Every second that you're in here, it just gets worse and worse.
I just go on past Breeze and say, out, out, out.
Yeah,
start climbing up if I can.
You guys are rolling bad all night, but hey, that was a good roll. Because that was actually no shoddy con saving throw DC. And and as Lynn is coming out, Lynn is hacking and coughing, and his nose is running. Actually, nose is kind of bleeding a little bit and whatnot. He's got the sweats, but it's good to be back in this crypt where the air is actually nice, because after a couple of minutes, you start to, you're starting to like kind of hyperventilate and stuff too. But after a couple of minutes, you sit down and you're feeling much better.
Whew, guys, I would not go in there.
Whoa! Do not go in there.
You don't have to tell me twice. More gas or poison or what?
Joka and Nat, thanks for the follows, guys.
Something like that. I just it's glowing mushrooms, and it's caught the flu or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was burning the shit out of your nostrils and throat and stuff.
It hurt. Hey, how come every time that I go in somewhere, I always come out coughing and stuff, Andrew?
Oh, well,
What's up, Sam?
Chunky protects me. I don't know.
Oh, nice. All right.
Hey, guys, let's go find Rain. It's not like her to stay out in the rain. She hates the rain.
That's a good point.
She's still at that statue, I think.
Lynn, you're still hacking and coughing a little bit. Feeling much better, though. You guys see Rain. What the heck is Rain doing over there at that statue still?
All right, something's up.
She's still looking up in the air.
Sitting there, staring at the air with the little sour face on with their tongue sticking out.
So I tap her on the shoulder. Yeah.
Just sitting here.
What you looking at?
You ready to go?
There. And she points up towards where the angel is pointing.
Say anything?
No.
We'll go check out this next crypt with us?
Okay.
Poor Rain.
All right, well, we're heading over there. I'm going to reach into the bulge on the back of my shield and pull out an apple and eat it.
Oh, nice, yeah. That's a nice little gimmick for that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, nice roll, too. Jesus. Yeah, you're feeling a lot better there, Lynn.
Did I miss anything?
Apple a day keeps the acolyte away.
Nothing much. Not from my point of view, nothing much, Rain.
Zero, you want to go in this next one?
We'll have Breeze check it, and then I'll go in.
Okay, I'm checking.
Get your shocking grasp ready.
Oh, it's ready.
Just in case.
That was funny in your email. If I go to melee, remember, shocking grasp.
Yeah, I cast shield on myself right now.
All right.
Hey, that's cheating. Andrew and I didn't do that.
It's okay. It costs him a spell slot. I like that.
Yes.
But it lasts, what, 8 hours or so?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. This is another one of those clean crypts. Smooth walls. You know, as you're kind of looking around, doesn't look like there's really anything going on in here.
Hey, go shake that wand that he gave us in there.
Sure. You want to burn one of those charges?
You know, yeah.
Oh, I don't know who has.
I think we gave it to Zero.
Yeah, I thought he had it.
I think he's got the book too. You read that? Read that? Yeah. Oh, we just got here. I guess not.
No, I haven't.
But make sure you read that when you get time.
Read it. It's a bedtime story. I like stories.
So, over here, as you use the wand, make sure you deduct one of those charges too.
Gotcha.
Over here in the southeastern corner, you can see that there is a transparent hole that's in the floorboard. And then you can actually, on the other side of the estate, you can see where that brick tunnel was too. So you can see that with this this wand, you can see that it goes down about 20 feet. You can see, and then it kind of just disappears. Well, it doesn't disappear, but you can see that it continues on.
Looks like we found another trap door. Get in here.
Beware of the glowing fungus.
Can I say it's transparent?
What's transparent?
You said the
yeah,
space
you
here
can
marked?
you can see you can see through the plaster, and you can see that there's you can kind of pull it up, and you notice that there's a hole, and there's like these it's like shallow steps, but it's very, very narrow, and it's not even 5 foot, and you can see that there's a lot of dust that's been disturbed, like super recently. But yeah, you pull this up, and it's right here where you're at. So,
All right. Anybody coming down?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
All right, so you guys give me a perception check as you guys are. First off, why don't you give me whoever's going down first, I need two things from you. I need a stealth check to see how quiet you're being, and then I also need a perception check. Not in any particular order or anything like that. Yeah, so you're being pretty noisy. But as you're going down this very narrow, well, it's actually not narrow, it's 10 foot wide. And it opens up, it goes down about 10 foot, and then you hear snoring. You hear and then you hear Boo-Boo! Boo-Boo, is that you? Boo-Boo, what's the password? Boo-Boo! And then you hear some something like and you can see some flashes, and it's like someone striking a flint and tinder.
I'm gonna meow.
Meow. All right. So,
yeah, so
as you
it's a stray cat.
Okay, as you say meow, you hear steel being drawn, and then all of a sudden, past the 10 foot to where you're at, so you would probably be about right here. There's another identical part of the chamber. It's 10 foot wide, and then it's going to open up. You can see that it opens up because of basically what happens is the room lights up, and you can see a 20 by 20 foot chamber. And then right here, where I'm putting the pointer, at this corner, a male sticks his head around and says, "You're not Boo Boo. Who are you? What are you doing down here? You're not supposed to be down here." Like they're supposed to be down here. Like they're supposed to.
Arasan, is that you?
Like, hey, how do you know me? Do I know? I don't know you. Who are you? And as you're looking in here now, you can see that this is like there's a bunch of adventuring gear in here against the, the walls. You can kind of peer around. This room goes another 10 foot over this way too. So it's like 2 more blocks there. And he says, how do you know my name? And there's all kinds of adventuring gear. There's bed rolls. You definitely got them while they were sleeping, because now that he's kind of holding up a lantern. And he's in a defensive position, and he has a short sword. And he says, "How do you know me? How do you know me?"
We know Anya.
Anya?
She said to look for you.
How do you know my sweetheart? And then you can hear someone else in there saying, "Arasan, who is that? Who is that, Arasan? Is this going to be trouble?" And he says, "Oh, shut up, Baltrin. Just hold on 1 second, Baltrin." And so you know that you can hear 2 different people are in there. And, you can see Arasan. And he says, how do you know? How do you know Anya? Who are you?
My name's Andrew, and these are my friends. Anya was worried about you. She sent us to look for you. She said we might find you here.
Why did she send you? I told her not to worry about anything. She is so worrisome. I'm fine. You could just go back and just leave and tell her that I'm okay, and I'll see her in the next couple of days after I'm done with my work here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Just tell Anya that I'm gonna be fine. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. But I'm really tired and I want to go back to bed.
Why don't you come on up with us and let's have a drink and talk about your Anya for a second. She's very worried about you.
Well, I appreciate this. You said your name was Ander, right? I'm just tell her that I'm fine. I don't want to be disturbed right now. I told her that everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Nice to put a very pregnant woman through all that strain.
Who are you? And then another guy comes around, and let me go ahead and show you guys and where these guys are pretty much. Thank you guys for the follows.
I whisper over to Ander. I think the time for talking may be over.
So yeah, the first person here, this is a Ross, and you can hover over their tokens, and then another guy comes around and says, "Whoa, who are you guys? You're not Boo Boo. We're not supposed to have anybody down here. You guys can't be here." He has his sword drawn too, and he says, "Arasan, did they follow you here? Did you, Arasan, you knucklehead?" And he hits him with the flat side of the sword on the back of his head. He goes, "Ow!"
Arasan, who are you here with?
Well, this is my business partner Baltrin Felwick. And he says, "Don't tell him my name, idiot!" Bam! And he hits him again with the sword. And he says, "You better watch it." And then he looks and he says, "What's it to you? He told you to go back. If you guys know what's best for you, you better go back and tell Anya that we're okay, and when we're done with our business venture here, he'll go back to her. Just don't worry about what we're doing. He's okay. Arasan's fine. I don't want to have to tell you again. I don't want to have this get messy, because it'll get messy, if you know what I mean."
Arasan, who are you here with?
Well, I appreciate this. You said your name was Ander, right?
My name's Andrew, and these are my friends. Anya was worried about you. She said we might find you here.
I don't want to have to tell you again. I don't want to have to have this get messy, because it'll get messy if you know what I mean.
Well, we're also looking for someone named Darwa, a red wizard of Thay.
Dara,
she's wanted in Daggerford.
I have no clue who you're talking about. What are you talking about?
We're looking for Boo
Boo Boo. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Bullshit! I heard you say her name. So I'm still debating whether or not she's a she.
Yeah, can I roll insight to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can definitely do a wisdom insight check for sure. Yeah, this guy is lying through his friggin' teeth. You could tell that, Lynn.
Tell you're lying.
Hey, well, what if I do know her? What if I do know her? What about it? What about it? She's our employer. What about it? And then Arasan, he says, just calm down, Baltrin. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ander. He's a loose cannon. I'm so sorry about that. But please, just tell her that we're gonna be okay. And this Boo Boo, she's our boss. She hired us to do a job, and we're just trying to do our job so we can get paid. So,
well, what are you looking for?"
Well, I can't talk about that. We're adventurers. It looks like you all are adventurers as well, and it looks like we're walking the same path, my friends. But it's no harm. It's an old tomb. We're just kind of looking around the crypts and whatnot. And then you can see that there's another hole as you get closer there, Lynn. Over here, there is in this corner, there's another hole in the floor where the pointer is in that corner of the room. And he says, we're just adventurers. We're just trying to make an honest, well, we're just trying to make a living. I've got a bun in the oven I got to take care of.
So you shouldn't be doing bad things that can get you hanged. Is that the right word?
You're in great danger because you're here with this Boo Boo character.
It's also really cold.
What danger am I in? I mean, seriously, guys, what danger am I in? I'm fine. This is basically what the room looks like. I'm going to use I usually don't like to use the drawing tool because I can't draw very good, but that's pretty much what it looks like. The 10-foot wide corridor and then the 30 by 20-foot room.
Because the Red Wizards of that.
The Red Wizards? What are Red Wizards? Okay, if we tell you what we're doing, will you just please leave us alone? Go to another place. There's all kinds of places. There's all kinds of caves. There's all kinds of... Why don't you even go down the Dragonspear Castle? That's about a day from here. We've been here... Guys, we were here first. Just let us do our job, and that's it. I don't care what Boo Boo is wanted for in Daggerford. I could care less. I'm just here to do my job. That's all I'm here to do. So if you just kindly leave us alone... Get back on your horses that you probably came in on, because you guys look like you're rich. And why don't you just tail it back to Daggerford, and just...
Don't be talking about my tail.
Tell Anya that we're fine. And this is Baltrin talking. But Arasan's just kind of looking at him.
I like how he says that when there's a monk there in simple robes.
Yeah, these guys, they have, like, shoddy equipment, and I mean nothing compared to what you guys have. And Arasan, he says, okay, I'll tell you. Boo Boo she is a red wizard. She did tell us that. She came here because she's escaping from where she came from, far to the east. I think it was called Thay or something like that. And she came to Daggerford. She's been in Daggerford for a long time. She's trying to escape. She told us that she's trying to escape from some lich. That sounds like the stupidest story I've ever heard. Who the heck is going to run from a lich? But anyway, that's what she said. And she told us to come here and find some type of religious relic or something like that. Some kind of key. I don't know, but she said that we could keep anything that we wanted. And she said that these Ambergul crypts, these were old grave robbers. And go figure, now we're kind of robbing them, huh? And Boo Boo told us that there were all kinds of unclaimed treasures down here, all kinds of untapped powers. And so that's why we're here. We're just here to do a job. So please, just go back and just be really cool and go back and tell my sweet Anya that I'll be home in a couple days and everything is okay.
Do you think a pregnant woman's gonna want to believe that?
Well, of course, she's eaten. She is killing me. I don't even know why I'm talking to you because you're a cat. I've never seen... What in the heck? Are you wearing a mask or something, lady? Holy crap. But she is killing me.
Find out?
No. I don't... I've never seen anything like you before. But, dude, Anya, she is eating so many barrels of pickles. She's going through a barrel of pickles every single week. And I can't afford that, and plus I got to start worrying about buying dried goat milk and all this other stuff. So that's why I'm out here. I'm trying to make some money. Her dad doesn't like me anymore, so, he fired me. I lost a couple of cows, big deal, just a couple of cows. A nice guy and all, but he fired me and told me he didn't need me anymore, so I got to do what I got to do, man.
I would like to try to intimidate them into leaving.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. It would be persuasion intimidation. So are you guys like pulling weapons and stuff out, or?
I don't want to pull the weapon yet, but I do want to bow up and say you already pointed out that. Yeah, bow up, puff the chest out and stuff,
Bow up, baller.
You already noticed that we are well equipped and we can take you to if we want, but that's not what we want to do. We want Boo Boo. And so you should leave, start your new life with Anya and your new baby.
But I need money. I don't have any money. Mr. Ander, I don't have Orlin or whoever you are. I don't have any money. That's why I'm here. I'm working pro bono here. I haven't even gotten paid yet. And I know as soon as I get back, I'm going to have to buy another jar of pickles. Things are going to get out of hand. And, I don't even know if the Lion Shield Coster has any more jars of pickles. She's already freaking bought them all.
If I give you some money now, will you both leave and not work for Boo Boo? Which is funny, because where I'm from, that's what we call poop.
How much are you going to give me?
How much are you going to get paid?
Well, it was pretty much, it was going to be a portion of what was found, because Boo Boo and Thorv and Grit and Lump and the others, Garen and Bear and Neville and Telmec and Ulvar, they're all down there. And he points over towards the hole. And he says, they're all down there right now looking around. We're just trying to, we're just trying to make sure everything is cool up here. We're just kind of like the lookouts, you know what I mean? But we're going to get a percentage. And she said it's going to be in the millions probably. Holy cow, I'm going to be able to buy Daggerford when I get back. So by this time, Baltron, he goes to attack. He goes to attack Arasan, and he goes, "You stupid idiot! You've told them too much." And he attacks with his short sword, and he hits.
No.
He hits Arasan, and he wounds Arasan. So why don't you guys roll initiative? So let's get Breeze an initiative too. Very nice.
I didn't want to have to kill these guys.
And as a